Good morning, Roar Lions, everybody. Welcome in to another week's edition of Around the Diamond. Grant Wakefield joined alongside Chase Glover. We're talking UNA baseball today. Final weekend of the regular season coming up this weekend against Austin Peay. We've got two players for you today, and we'll talk with assistant coach Nick Patton and head coach Chad Prachniak before we are through today. But we're first joined by Petey Kraska. Petey, thanks for joining us.
Of course. Good to be here.
So, Petey, let's just jump right into it this season. Going into the final week of the regular season, what's the feeling around the team?
I mean, we're definitely excited just to, finish the regular season. We've had a good regular season, but last couple of weeks haven't gone our way. But we're excited to play a good Austin Peay team at home, and I think we got 2 night games, right? We got 2 night games, and we're really excited to get down there to DeLand and see what we can do.
All right, Petey, I want to talk about you a little bit. Last year, you were a freshman phenom coming over from Georgia Tech. Huge expectations last year, but even more in your sophomore year. How do you feel like you've handled that load this year with everybody knowing the name of Petey Kraska here for UNA baseball?
Yeah, there's definitely been some ups and downs this season. Not everything's going to go smoothly in your career and in your season, but I mean, just taking that expectations and kind of using it as a motivational type thing and not letting the game speed up on me, trying to really just not compare seasons, because I had a good year last year, so I'm not sitting here trying to compare this is what I did last year, this is what I need to do this year,
right.
But just kind of taking it one day at a time and just trusting my process and my abilities and go out there and play.
Right.
And walk us through, Petey. What is kind of your approach? You walk up to the plate. What's the approach in? You've gone out all year long, has had extra base hits, homers, all of that. What's kind of the approach when you step into the box?
Well, I'm trying to get in there and try to hit something hard and low. As soon as I get in the thoughts of trying to hit homers or trying to slug, hit doubles, whatever, that's when I kind of lose my approach. As soon as I'm always kind of picking out a place on the field to not hit it, but if I keep my direction going that way and stay through the middle of the field, usually good things happen. And if I stay within myself, not try to do too much, good things happen.
And let's talk about this too, Chase. I'll ask this real quick. But you also have an ability to work if you get down 2 strikes, or you're able to work a count full, work a lot of walks as well. How important is it being patient at the plate when you're trying to get a pitch to hit?
Yeah, I mean, that's all just approach based, and the whole time trying to get a good pitch to hit, obviously, but really what I've worked on the last 2 years is not chasing.
Mm-hmm.
Before UNA, before working with Coach Patty, I would strike out a bunch, getting down 2 strikes and pretty much be the at-bat's over, but taking every at-bat kind of one pitch at a time and just going to win pitches and not getting outside my approach and getting outside myself kind of helps.
Yeah, you just mentioned it. We'll talk to Coach Patton here in a little bit, hitting coach, associate head coach for North Alabama. But you had a 3 home run game earlier this season, pretty big. You tied the all-time record for home runs in a single game. But we talked to Coach Prachniak after that game, and he said, hey, Coach Patton and Petey went out last night, and he came back, and Patton said, hey, Petey's figured it out. Can you kind of tell us that process? What did you figure out the night before that big game?
Really, I just kind of took some time to reflect on myself and kind of just forget about whatever's happened in the last 20, 30 at-bats, really whatever. I kind of got a good cue and I got a good feel in the box, and I was just getting on time, ready for the fastball. And, I mean, you don't really know if you're going to hit 3 home runs.
Right.
Coach Patty doesn't really know if you're
Right,
gonna hit 3 home
that's
runs.
true.
But like, I think walking in there with more confidence and kind of having like an expectation of, oh, I'm seeing the ball well right now.
Right.
I'm going to do something cool. And, I mean, it kind of happened.
Right, and I'll add to this. You hit one, right? When you walk back into the box, are you like, hey, man, I can hit another? But then definitely after that one, after the second one, are you going in thinking like, hey, this third one, I can hit a third one this game? Does your confidence just rise in that? Are you thinking about it too much? Can you walk us through that night?
So the first one was really cool because I'd kind of been going through a lull. I mean, not crazy lull, but a little bit of one. And like you said, I've been working with Coach Patty. I think we hit for like 2 hours the night before,
Oh, wow.
just trying to figure
Okay.
stuff out. But yeah, the first pitch I saw was a homer, and like I don't know, I kind of freaked out, lost my mind. I was kind of pumped. And then like at that point, I'm like thinking to myself, okay, I just got to stay true to my process. What got me to these 2 homers? Like as soon as I try to, like I said earlier, as soon as I try to hit more homers or try to slug more, like that's when I get myself out. That's when I don't swing at the right pitches. But I mean, that Friday night, not really trying to get up there and hit a home run. Obviously, it's in the back of my head, like, dude, I've never hit 3 home runs in my life. I'm pretty sick.
Right.
But yeah, just staying true to myself and just, staying true to my process. Really.
Love it.
And PD, let's kind of look at a broader range. The team as a whole, the lineup, up and down the lineup. You, Dylan Coleman, Nash Tripp, and the list can go on and on. We can keep naming guys. How special is it to be a part of a lineup that anybody that can step up can hit a homer or come up with a big hit?
Well, when you're a part of that lineup, it's like you're never out of a game
Mhm.
because, I mean, we've been down in games big. We've been like whatever. We've been down early, and it's just like as soon as like we get in the box, it's like, oh, these guys are ready. You know what I'm saying? These guys might score like 5, 6, 7, 8 like in an inning. I think we put up 7 in one inning against Central Arc on the first game on Saturday. But like when you get in there and like I feel it too, like if I don't get the big hit, the dude behind me, Dylan Coleman's got, I don't know, 15 homers, whatever. Like I don't even know. He's got a bunch, and if he doesn't get it done, well, you got Nash back there, you got Will, you got Wes, you got everybody. Like when 1 through 9 can all swing it, can all bang it, like that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that's something Nash told us a couple weeks ago. He's like, when you have PD up here, you have Dylan, you have me, and then behind Nash is Wes and Will Millard. He's like, one of the pitchers is going to mess up somewhere. Does it just give you a level of confidence and comfortability just to walk in and do what you need to do best?
Yeah, because I don't think that creates any pressure for any singular person or one individual. Like walking up there, you're not trying to create too much because the dudes behind you can create.
Right.
Or like if you get on base, the dudes behind you might hit a 3-run home. Like you just
Right.
like realistically, it's going to happen if you just stick with like trying to get on base, trying to hit balls hard. Like if you don't try to create too much, like the dudes behind you will hit you in.
Right.
And PD, we ask this. We haven't got a chance to ask you this, but you came to North Alabama last season. You're in your second season here. But what kind of made you choose North Alabama in that process?
Well, my freshman year when I was at Tech, I redshirted. I had a hamate injury, so I was looking for somewhere where I can play and hopefully make an immediate impact. I had multiple talks with Coach Patton and Coach Brack, and I mean, gut feeling really. I mean, like we had great conversations and everything, but it was really just gut feeling, and it was a great decision. Like I came here last year and like. I was like, dude, this is the spot. Like it's awesome. Great coaching staff. Great city. Love Florence, and this place is awesome.
And now in your second season here, you got voted team captain earlier this year by your peers. Kind of tell us about that moment. You're a sophomore, a redshirt sophomore. The other 2 guys are older guys, but you got voted as the team captain your second year here.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely an honor. We kind of talk about it a lot. Like guys will look up to me, but there's so many guys that are like qualified to be captains. I think there was a bunch of guys that got voted for captains. Like the next guy you'll talk to, just as easily you be a captain. Like just so many guys are just leaders, and like I don't know, being a captain is like I don't even necessarily think it's like a huge deal because we have a bunch of leaders, we have a bunch of guys, a bunch of mentors, and I mean I'm only in my second year of school, or I'm only in my second year playing, so I mean I don't know everything, but just helping guys out really. Like I know there are younger guys, and like I've I feel like I've been helping out Caden a little bit. Caden's kind of like literally the same path that I
Yep,
took.
yep.
Freshman at Georgia Tech, didn't like redshirted there, and then came here and played. But yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. These guys are great. We, I mean, I think we have a chance to do something really special. So.
Yeah, and let me ask this as well. Grant kind of asked you about your path here. We know you're from Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
We know our coaching staff has ties up there. Is that what really just bonded you to come to Florence? Is like the ties to the northeast side, the Pennsylvania? Is that what it was?
Yeah, Coach Patty being from Pittsburgh's definitely
Yeah.
we kind of clicked from that and bonded with that. So that kind of, I mean, we have a bunch of PA guys. I think we have like
Yeah,
7 PA guys. So
I think we flipped the roster since
Yeah.
Bracket's
Yeah.
been here.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, just knowing those guys and having that relationship kind of early on just really just brought me here, and it's a great fit.
All right, and PD, we'll wrap up with this. Set up the next guy we're going to talk to, Justice Augusto.
Justice, great guy. He's kind of taken over this Friday night role. Didn't start the season there. I talked to Justice a bunch before the season started, and he's a guy that kind of just stuck with the process as well. Didn't pitch as much last year as he did this year, and he's doing a great job. Awesome guy, great teammate.
And let me ask this actually before we go off. We have millions of people watching right now. I hope you know at home. Everybody's just all across the world, I've got to say. We have 3 final games of the Mike this weekend. What's your message to fans to get them in the stands?
It's gonna be a blast. You guys come out. Hopefully, there's a lot of offense. Hopefully, Jay's out there shutting it down on Friday, or Thursday, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So let's do it. Come out, support the boys.
Yep, 2 night games this week. You got a Thursday at 7, Friday at 7, and then if you can't make either of those, we have a mid-afternoon 2 p.m. game on Saturday, all against Austin Peay. PD Kraska will be there. Me and Grant will be there as well, and we'll talk to Justice Augusto, who will also be there next on Around the Diamond. This is Around the Diamond. I'm Chase Glover. That's Grant Wakefield. And this is your Friday night starter, typically, Justice Augusto, the senior right-handed pitcher. Justice, it is so good to have you here today.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All right, so you're not going to be the Friday night pitcher this week. You're going to be the Thursday night pitcher this week. But let's just talk about a little bit this year. You've kind of went from weekend guy, kind of middle rotation, some midweek stuff, to now you're the full-time Friday night game 1 starter. What's that kind of been like for you this year?
Yeah, it's been a blessing. I came in my freshman year as a starter and just kind of navigating the ups and downs of a career, and ultimately getting back into that starting role was kind of easy. I always imagined myself as a starter, and just the process of working towards that has been pretty simple.
Awesome.
And Justice, kind of walk us through, like you mentioned, your career. You came in first year with Coach Prackniak. Just walk us through these last 4 years you've had here in Florence.
Yeah, quite a story. My freshman year I didn't play. Numbers-wise wasn't great. A lot of ups and downs throughout the season. And the following 2 years I was in the pen, kind of just working hard. With the opportunities I did have, I made the best of it. And just sticking to my process, believing in myself. And ultimately this past summer is when I had a breakthrough from the pitching standpoint, added new pitches, just getting in the zone more and stuff like that.
And we just talked to PD Kraska, who's from Pennsylvania. You're from Pennsylvania as well. When Coach Pratt got here, is that maybe a selling point as well? Just the Pennsylvania boys sticking together?
Yeah, definitely. Northeast got some
Northeast,
dogs.
there it is.
Yeah, it was. He recruited me as soon as I entered the portal after my freshman year at New Orleans, and Coach Pratt has been great to me. It's been great being under his leadership. He has taught me a lot, and couldn't be any more grateful than I am now.
And I'll add to that a little bit. The last couple years you spent with David Mervis as your pitching
Yeah.
coach. This year, the changeover to Jacob James. Can you kind of talk to us a little bit about the difference between those two for you specifically?
Yeah, Coach Mervis, I wish him all the best at with the minor league in the Mets. He was great. He helped me develop a lot of just from the mental side of pitching, helped me to believe in myself. The cues of like throwing strikes, and it sounds cliche, but it really is just throwing strikes. But switching over to JJ, or Coach JJ, I guess.
Got to be a little different because you played with Jacob James too,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's kind of got to be a little
So,
different.
Him and I, we had a great relationship. He was kind of the guy I looked up to when I was a younger dude. From his whole mentality on the mound and just like the fire he had when he pitched, like it was cool to see. And then him being my coach now, like he has a lot of trust in me. I have a lot of trust in him, like pitch call and stuff. He knows me very well, so it's been pretty easy transition as well.
It's good.
Yeah.
And Justice, when you go out on the mound this season, you have, well, we were talking with PD, right? You have a lineup that can produce up and down. What's it like getting to pitch behind an offense like that?
Yeah. I mean, it's a blessing for sure. Knowing that at any point we could go up a lot, or even like if I give up a few runs, knowing that we're not ever down out of a game. So yeah, shout out those guys.
What I'll add as well, you're talking about the offensive firepower. How about the defensive firepower from you guys in that kind of the 1-2 punch of you and Gavin Oswald on
Yeah.
Friday nights?
Yeah.
I don't think any team really likes to see that.
Gav has worked his butt off to be in the position he's in. It's really it's a good feeling knowing that the guys, Gavin or whoever else it is, coming out the pen to be behind you to seal the game away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then from the defensive side, Westy has been great at shortstop. Even Nash at left field, I
Yeah.
love seeing Nash out in left field.
It feels like he can throw out anybody
Yeah.
anytime,
Yeah.
any given time, no matter where the ball goes. And I want to add this. You know, we talk about PD, we talk about that home run night, but it seemed like it overshadowed a little bit a career-high strikeout night for the man on the mound.
He stole the shot.
Yeah, he did. That was going to be the
Zach.
headline, was the Gusto 8 strikeouts for a career high, but
No.
PD had to do something with home runs,
Yeah.
whatever.
Kudos to him. That was a great night for me personally. Just like I said, I think my previous career high was my freshman year against Miami, Ohio. Like just the build up of everything I've been through as a pitcher, like it felt great. But also at the same time, like sticking simple to my processes. Each week I prepare the same way, so I have the opportunity to pitch to my best ability, and I had to lock in a little bit because last time faced Bellarmine, gave up 2 losses in the weekend, so
Okay.
a little bit of revenge.
Get
for
back,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
You did that with
Yeah.
8 strikeouts.
Yeah.
My goodness, you were lacing them.
So, Justice, we've kind of gotten to get to know you more over the course of the year, and anybody that comes to watch you pitch, we see the pink glove, we see the pink
Yep.
shoes, and you mentioned it back in February. For those of our viewers that may have not have seen that, kind of walk us through why you wear those pink cleats and the reason it's for.
Yeah, my mother and grandmother both were battling cancer this summer, and I got the opportunity to spend a lot of time with family this summer, and it hits home to me because they're so special to me. They support me each and every way, even like all of my career. Baseball, basketball, football, whatever it's been, they've supported me. They've been at every game almost throughout my life, and I just can't thank them enough. So it's a little tribute to them. Hi, Mom, if you're watching. I know you're in the car right now. Yeah, I love them. It's a blessing to be able to represent the last name Augusto, especially my dad, grandpa, my little brother that's growing up to be a baseball player. I hope he wears it well as well.
Yeah, and you just mentioned your family. You mentioned they were in a car.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us a little bit? Because it's senior day this weekend. You're a 4-year letterman here at UNA, but senior day for you this weekend. Talk to us about what the parents are doing right now.
Yeah,
what the whole family's doing.
They left at midnight last night from Pennsylvania, driving down here to do the senior day activities. Whole family, mom, dad, sister, brother, grandma, grandpa. they're excited to come down, and I'm excited to have them.
But you mentioned that they went and
Oh.
rented something. What did they get? How many people are coming?
They got a 15-person car, or like minivan.
Yeah, the passenger van.
So only 6 of them, right? So they each have their own row.
Yeah.
I guess they're cruising now.
I was going to say the Gustos are in full force, and we're going to see them
Yeah.
on Saturday for Senior Day. But talk to us about that, man. It's coming down, it's winding down, Senior Day for you at UNA.
Yeah. It's surreal. It's bittersweet as well. Tomorrow will be my last time pitching on Mike D. Lane Field. It's definitely bittersweet. I guess at the beginning of this season, I was asking around, and even like my personal goal was to enjoy the season, like to make the most of it, even with the guys out on the mound, whatever even the results were for the season. Like I just want to enjoy it, and it's definitely been a very enjoyable season despite all the wins and stuff like that. Like
Right.
just being around these group of guys and the seniors as well. I hope we can give them a good send-off. Yeah.
Good.
And just as kind of like we asked Petey, final weekend, what's the message to the Lion fans out there to come out to the mic?
Everyone in the city of Florence better be at the mic to watch us beat up on Austin Peay.
Well, Justice, we appreciate the time, and we'll see you out on the mound tomorrow night. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Justice Augusto. Coming up next, we'll talk to Jad Pragniak or Nick Patton. We'll see which one of those want to go first here on Around the Diamond. We'll be right back.
This is Around the Diamond. I'm Chase Glover. That's Grant Wakefield. And this is Associate Head Coach and Hitting Coach Nick Patton. Coach Patty, we love having you.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, I think Coach Pragniak finally let you out of the pen and getting on the TV with us a little bit. So we're excited to have you. But let's take it back preseason for you a little bit. You get the call up to be Associate Head Coach. You get that promotion. What was that? What did that mean for you?
Oh, it was good. I mean, obviously, super appreciative and grateful to Coach Prack and all that stuff. But just anytime you can add value where you're at and be an asset in a positive way for coaches, players, that's my goal here, and hopefully that's what I've done.
And, Coach, you certainly have been an asset that have helped these Lion hitters this season. And you take a broad view, right? 30,000 feet view of the season. Just from a hitting standpoint, your overall thoughts of the 2026 Lions.
I think it's been good. I think there's still room for improvement, but I think guys have kind of taken the blueprint of what we do here and run with it, kind of made it their own, been able to shape an identity, kind of roll with it. So it's been fun to see those guys kind of just go, just go throughout their process.
Yeah, we're talking about hitting. You are the hitting coach. I know you kind of work with J.D. Davis a little bit on some things that you do.
Yep.
But how about these home runs this season? You broke the home run record like games ago. Like
Yep.
It wasn't even considered. You broke it games ago, and you guys are still climbing. Just how about that this season?
It's been fun to watch. Like I said, these guys, obviously they're good hitters. They have some juice, so that helps. Weight room stuff has been good. To see them get after it in there, that obviously adds to it as well. But it's just fun to see these guys dig into the process of getting good pitches, getting their swing off, and having fun with the thing.
And we talk about the process, and we've heard Coach Pragniak say on here before, the goal is to hit as many doubles as you can. Why is it so important to just try to hit the doubles and not try to have to hit a home run every single at-bat?
Just stay within yourself. There's not too many people in this game at any level that go up and try to hit home runs and are able to hit home runs. So it's more so staying with the process of getting a pitch that you can hit a double with, staying within yourself, squaring it up, being loose, and kind of let the results take care of themselves. Anytime you try to rush to that result of the home run or anything like that, usually you get outside the approach, you get outside yourself, and you do more harm than good. So when you stay within that process and that approach, let the results take care of themselves, then you see good things happen with good hitters.
Now, I got to ask for you, we know the names of P.D. Kraska, Dylan Coleman, Nash Rippon, even Wes Walker, but does it feel a little different, maybe like your ninth hole hitter, like Tyler LePage has a 2-home run game?
Yeah,
I mean, you feel different?
Oh, yeah. I think Ty is a great hitter. He's done a really good job since he's been here. I think he was the second leading hitter for us in the fall. So obviously I was excited about his spring and coming into the spring, but him hitting ninth, I joked around with him about 2 weeks ago whenever he was in the 9-hole. I said, hey, man, you're one of the best 9-hole hitters in the country. Just having his ability down there, bat the ball, being able to use the whole field and also have some thump in there to hit some homers, it's been good to see. And even just his process of growing and learning at this level from early to then now is different. He's more mature. He's better well-rounded, and it's been fun to watch him kind of take off the last couple weeks and kind of hit his stride a little bit.
And, Coach, we talk about guys. We talk with Petey how they're 1 through 9. There's guys that can come up in a big spot, get a big hit. How special is it to have a lineup like that where 1 through 9 or can all get on base with base hits?
Super valuable. It takes some of the pressure off, the middle of the order to feel like they either have to do it to score runs or it's hard to score. And it allows these guys kind of just to have fun with it, and it lengthens our lineup up. So 1 through 9, whoever's leading off, whoever's hitting with runners in scoring position, whoever needs to do a job is, just available to do that job and able to do that job. So it gives us more opportunities to score, get runners on base, and all that stuff.
I don't know how much you know about this season that I have yelled from the mountaintops what you've done with Nash Rippon over the offseason. I was on the call with Murray State the other day, and I was just talking about, like, Nash Rippon last year I think led the ASUN in strikeouts, and then this year it's almost a 1-to-1 ratio, and he just got in the lab with Nick Patton. So what did you do all offseason with a guy like Nash Rippon?
Nash is a special ability. I think he has either the 7th or the 9th hardest hit baseball in all of Division I baseball this year. So I didn't teach him that. He just kind of has that. But we dug in this summer. He went to work, and I give him a ton of credit for just being able to stay resilient throughout the process, to make adjustments, to make changes. But the big thing with him was getting his body to move a little bit better, a little bit more efficiently. He's really strong. The bat speed's good. Last year, he tried to hit everything. Whatever pitch it was, wherever it was, in the zone, out of the zone, he got to a point where he was really trying to rush to results. And this year, it's a very process-driven, process-oriented approach where he's swinging good pitches. He's able to be on time. He's okay with striking out at different times, as long as the process stays what the process is. And you see the strikeouts come down, the walks come up. Obviously, the power skyrocketed.
Right.
The average is 100 and some points higher. So for him, it was a lot of mental adjustments as well, of just being okay with having a process, sticking with that process and plan and approach, and not abandoning the thing whenever he gets uncomfortable. And he's nailed it.
Well, I've got to say this. That was the most humble answer. I was expecting, like, hey, yeah, look what I – but no, you were very humble in that approach. But I was just all season long, I've raved about Nash Rippon and the way he sees the ball differently, considerable to how you guys planned in the offseason and did things. So.
Yeah, my at-bats are over. Those are his at-bats here in that thing.
And on the other side, we were talking with Petey Kraska earlier, and we were talking about how you guys, before his 3-home run game against Bellarmine a couple weekends ago, you guys spent 2 hours just hitting, kind of getting back to just trying to help him find his swing, I guess. How important was kind of that session like you had with Petey?
Yeah, we hit for a little while. He's a unique mind where we'll make adjustments, or we'll talk about different cues or do different things, and he steers the thing. I'm kind of there. I like to think about it with these guys as like, you're in a bowling alley. I'm just the bumpers, man. Like, I'm not rolling the ball. I just got to keep you on track. Yeah. I got to keep you on track, and those balls roll. But for him, he's very just process-oriented. He's driven. He knows his feels. And anytime we get off track a little bit, we're able to kind of reset, right the ship. And he's been battling through some stuff this year, and I give him a ton of credit. But even Petey, like, he's the heartbeat of this thing, whether it's on the field, off the field, helping guys navigate at-bats in the dugout, whatever the case may be. He's always that positive voice, that positive energy. So I give him a lot of credit, and even in his own right, like I said, he's going through some stuff health-wise and all of that, but he's doing a good job. The adjustments we made, I think, have been good. There's still more to go, but I think he's done a good job of just staying the course and being himself.
Yeah, so I got to ask this. So you got your starters usually, but how about some of these guys that we've seen over the past couple months come into pitch hitting situations, like the Caden Sheffields, Gio Lineros, those kind of guys? How do you get them ready for at any time their number could be called upon to get a big hit in a big situation?
I talked to the group about this a couple days ago. It starts in practice. So whether it's situational hitting, whether it's our BP stuff, one, if you feel like the game speeds up on you in certain points, you're probably not working hard enough in practice mentally.
Right.
So it's being able to, in practice, put yourself in those situations of, here's my job, here's what I need to do, here's how I execute that thing, here's my path for success. And then in practice, you dig in and you get a bunch of free reps doing it. That way, when you get into the game, it slows down, you feel prepared, and there's confidence in the preparation to go do it. And those guys have done a really good job.
And another guy I want to highlight real quick is the leadoff hitter, right? Jackson Westmoreland. He's kind of the table setter of he can get on base, and you see guys like Petey, Dillon, or Nash drive him in. Right? How special is it to have a leadoff guy like Jackson Westmoreland?
The more our horses can hit with guys on base, the easier it is for us to score runs.
Right.
And that's what I tell him all the time. He is the true definition of being able to use line to line and anywhere in between to get a hit. So when I tell, we talk about his process of being able to get on base, he can square the baseball up in a deep contact point, a neutral contact point, out front, and be able to get hits. So his margin of error to be able to hit is very high. He knows kind of his process and what allows him to be on time. He knows the swing. He knows he's not trying to do too much. And his ability to kind of buy into that and just say, hey, I'm going to dig in. I'm going to try to get on base as much as I can. He does a really good job of knowing his role and going to execute that role.
All right, we'll close out with this. You have 3 final home games to end the regular season. They're all here at the mic.
Yep.
What do you got to say to your fans and getting them out in the stands?
Come watch us. I feel like it's a fun game to watch. You'll see hopefully some barrels. You'll see some good pitches, some good defensive plays. We always strive and pride ourselves on trying to play good, complete baseball. So obviously it's a big series for us. You're going to have fun. Come watch and see what happens.
All right, well, that's Around the Diamond with Associate Head Coach and Hitting Coach Nick Patton. I've been Chase Glover. As Grant Wakefield. And up next, we got Head Coach Chad Pragniak.
Welcome back to Around the Diamond, everybody. Last regular season Around the Diamond we'll do in our final segment coming up here with UNA head coach Chad Pragniak. And, Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we come up to the last weekend of the regular season. We played all of these ball games, and I asked Coach Patton, 30,000-foot view of your takeaway from this season.
Yeah, so we're in a unique spot where there's been a ton of positive things. We've punched our ticket to the postseason. We set our Division I record for wins in a season. There's a bunch of positives, but I think there's a freshness of a couple games in the last couple weekends that we wish we had, obviously, and we kind of flipped the standings. So I'm trying to balance out, kind of appreciate where we're at, but also we're still hungry to kind of finish the job on the right note and try to align ourselves for the postseason the best we can.
Now I'll take us back to before the season began. We were all excited. Mike D. Lane Field at Bank Independent Stadium opened. You had 30 home games, Coach, and you got your final 3 home games ahead of you. How have you just felt the impact of Mike D. Lane Field this year with the opening of the stadium?
Yeah, it's been a great everything you want in a home field. It checks all those boxes, and I think I hit on earlier. I think earlier in the year I was talking about it being a good mid-major environment, but I think I changed that tune. It's a great college baseball environment.
Right.
So we get some really good crowds, and if you're looking at attendance numbers, like we're rivaling some Power 4 schools on certain nights. So it's just a great place to play for players. It's a great spot to coach, and I think that fan environment and the experience for the people in the ballpark, it's just a good park to take a game in.
Right.
You're on top of the action. It feels like there is no bad seat there,
Right.
and I feel like the game, it feels fast because you're on top of the action, and I think it is a great game day experience.
And with those home games, especially last season, of course, spending all those games on the road, you know how to feel good to get back home with all of these games this season. But you come up and with Austin Peay coming up, right, final home series, how important is it to go out there and pick up a big series win?
It is, and as I mentioned with the positioning, we could finish anywhere from the 1 seed on our side to the 4 seed, and if you look at big picture, you know, we could finish, I think, anywhere from the 2 seed overall to the 8 seed overall, just depending on how this weekend goes. So it's the weekend is kind of big no matter what, but obviously there's postseason positioning on, you know, in line that sets you up for the tournament in different ways. So it's and just I would say the momentum going into that postseason tournament of hopefully playing, you know, good ball going into that tournament.
Now, Coach, this past weekend you had 3 games. You played it last night against Murray State. How is this kind of like this quick turnaround ahead of the tournament with a game tomorrow night and the whole series before Saturday for you guys?
Yeah, it's been a busy stretch, and we did some things to give some guys some breaks and give a few guys a breather, especially the guys that we've asked a lot of this year. But it's, in a way, I feel like it's preparation for us to make a run in that tournament. We're going to have to stack a bunch of good days on top of each other. So I think it's balancing out, challenging ourselves for that, but not overdoing it going into that tournament. But if we want to make a run in DeLand, like, we're going to have to play good baseball over day over day over day.
Right.
So it's, I feel like it's a good test. And the good thing, too, is this time of year, I feel like you're used to competing and just, like, getting on the field and doing that. It's, I think our guys will be ready to go, and I think we'll have enough in the tank when we get down there.
Right.
And, Coach, we enter a time, it started last weekend, right, where classes are out. All your guys can just now focus on baseball. How special is it to just be 100% baseball the rest of the way?
It is. It's a fun time of year, so it's I know that the campus gets the summer email what classes being done and half days on Friday. No half days for us. So, yeah, this is, I mean, our most important games are coming up, obviously, and it's the school year is winding down, but I feel like it's one of the unique things of, you know, being at a Division I school, like, you're done with classes for a couple weeks, and now you could just you get to dig in with your teammates, and it just all the focus gets to shift to baseball, which it's a fun thing to be a part of.
And I've been digging a little bit into the numbers of your career so far at North Alabama. You've had more wins each season you've been here, almost the same for conference wins. If you get one more here, just talk to us about your approach since being here at North Alabama and getting the Division I record of wins so far with the 25 this year.
Yeah, I think that building thing, and I think going into this year, one of the things we were excited about was we felt like we got better. You know, 3 years in a row we got better. But I said at the jump, you know, this year there's still plenty of room to improve.
Right.
And it's, again, even if that improvement is slight this year, it'd be good to take another step.
Right.
And that's not to get to next year, but I feel like it's the theme of the program right now. Like, we have not hit any ceiling that, you know what I mean? Like, we still have a chance to keep growing and building. And that's our plan. That's our intent, is we're going to get better every single year. And we obviously want to finish this year on the right note, but it's, you know, you're always looking a little bit ahead of, you know, what are the areas of the program we can improve, and, you know, those things, it's whether they're actively happening now or it's stuff we quickly transition to, you know, end of May, early June. There's things that, you know, we want to get to keep growing this program.
Right.
All right, Coach, we'll turn our attention back to this weekend. Austin Peay coming in. Second time you guys have faced Austin Peay this year. Is there anything you've seen differently from that first series?
I just know every weekend, like, it's been the theme every single time we do the show. You know what I mean? And it's, I'm not just giving you a coach talk.
Yeah.
The team that plays better on the weekend is the team that wins, and
Right.
it's like Austin Peay is a very good challenge. I thought we played some of our best baseball when we went to Clarksville, and, you know, we earned those wins. Like, we played really well that weekend. And for us to have success this weekend, we're going to have to do the same. Like, they're not going to hand us anything. They'll be ready to go. We have to play at a high level to win games. So it does. It starts on Thursday night, but we certainly have to be ready to go and play our best ball to get wins this weekend.
And talking about this weekend, on Saturday, like we just talked with one of your seniors, Justice Augusto, you have 16 seniors departing your program on Saturday for Senior Day. Coach, just kind of talk to us about a little bit about them and what they've meant to your program.
Sure. Huge impact across the board, and I think it's a mix of a senior class. With the current recruiting landscape, you get guys, some guys we have for 1 year.
Right.
They come in for their grad year or their final year of eligibility. Then we have other guys that have been with us for a natural 4 years, and even Justice, he transferred in as a redshirt freshman. So it's, again, he came to us. It was his sophomore year academically, but
Right.
he's going to spend 4 years with us, and it's one of those reflection points. It kind of gives you an appreciation for everything that's kind of happened, and
Right.
those guys have been through a lot. And even specific to Justice, I feel like he's a good example of our program where he has grown within the program, and there's been some ups and downs along the way, but I give him a ton of credit. Like, he
Right.
has stayed the course, and I feel like he represents all things that we want to be about. Like, he's a great teammate. He goes about his business. Even if things aren't perfect, you can rely on him to show up the next day and do his thing. But this class, it'll mean a lot to us for a variety of reasons.
Right.
Just the impact on the field, the different personalities, and again, the guys that dug in here for 4 years and wrote things out, the guys that joined us somewhere along the way in their careers and made an impact on the field. And I feel like we have when I look at that list of guys, it's a true mix of personalities. And I'm not saying the group is perfect, but I'm saying they complement each other well. And I think from a senior class, they're perfect in the sense that I think they complement each other well. They hold each other accountable, and they've learned some lessons along the way. But that's part of this experience. You know what I mean? It's not going to be clean and easy all the time. Like, sometimes you have to figure things out, and that's part of the college experience. But I think that group exemplifies everything you want in a senior class.
And a few of those seniors, like you mentioned, were here for just this season, right? They're 1 year here, and some of those, Dylan Coleman, Justin Santoyo, how impactful have they been in just their short season here in Florence?
Exactly. And you look at the Coleman home run total and the fact that Santoyo has been an everyday guy for us. Last summer there were some recruiting needs we tried to hit on, and again, the current landscape of how things are set up, and even certain guys getting that additional year of eligibility back. I feel like each summer on the recruiting side, the rules change and you kind of adjust accordingly. But those guys were really good fits for us. And it is not easy to come into a new program and make an immediate impact. But I give those guys credit, and there's been other guys, obviously, and even guys, I know you were talking about Nash earlier he was a 2-year guy with us, but you look at his impact year over year, and it's, he's going to leave it's like one of those all-time seasons, and I give him a ton of credit. Like, he's only on this campus for a couple of years, but he's leaving an all-time impact for us.
All right, Coach, final 3 games at home. What is your message to all the people in Florence, all the people up the East Coast? Because I know you got probably a bunch of people coming down ready to watch
coming
the
down
final
95.
3 games.
They're coming different ways. Messaging, if you've been to the park, I think you understand that it's a great place to watch the game. If you have not been to the park, I feel like this is a great weekend to come out. It's 2 good teams competing. The weather's going to be really good, it looks like. So if you have not seen the new ballpark, I think it's a great weekend to get out there and check things out. What else are you doing on a Thursday night, Friday night? You know what I mean? Get on out there. Or even Saturday afternoon. Get on out there. So it is. I think it'll be a really good environment, great ballpark environment. If you need tickets, shoot me an email. I'll hook you up.
There you go. School is out and everything, so no more of that. No more studying for anybody. Who cares? Come on out to the ballpark Thursday at 7, Friday at 7, Saturday at 2. You can watch head coach Jad Pragniak and the Lions take on Austin Peay and the Governors. Well, Austin Peay and the Governors. Austin Peay Governors. There we go. But that's the final edition for Around the Diamond for the regular season. I'm Chase Glover. That's Jad Pragniak, and that's Grant Wakefield. As always, our producer, Braden Rogers, behind the camera helping us out, guys. We'll see you soon.